Hi, good morning. Oh, yet another video. I should maybe number these videos so that it's a little bit easier to follow one day whenever someone finds these videos worthwhile, subject matter wise, that is. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? We are still on the deck. Probably remember that yesterday. Our neighbor's yard or cabin, and pretty dope. We live up in the mountain, so it's pretty foresty right here. This is our cabin, and it's just on our guest house deck. Okay, love being out here. We used to Airbnb the space. It's pretty dope. Let's do a little bit of a tour. We used to Airbnb the space, but due to some complications, and maybe even fortunately, just because the Airbnb isn't as rewarding as we thought it was, if you don't have it fully just on auto cruise or fully on autopilot from hiring a third party to take care of it. If you're taking care of it yourself, which we did, just because we live on the property, so it's pretty natural to do so. And hospitality is really fun for Brittany and myself, given that you don't do too much of it, perhaps. Sometimes when you overdo things, it could take away the joy of it. But anyways, here's the deck. You come on here. You got the little sink for the kitchen. Walk right into the kitchen. Okay, it's a bit of an A-frame vibe. Got all the little cute things. Some people like these mini kitchen appliances and furniture. And then you have, I had to install this myself with the help of a buddy to get through the wall and the crawl space. But yeah, mini splits, man, that's the way to go in the mountains nowadays, since propane and diesel has gotten so expensive. Freaking, which changed the game for this mountain living, because mountain living is supposed to be super affordable. Okay, you look across, that's the cabin across the street, and then that's our street there. Okay, and then we got stiletto, we call it the casita, and you got the restroom in here. Got this herringbone brick tiles. Kept some of that original kitchen sink. You got to. That's pretty easy to work with and keep. Dun, 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 dun. The plumbing was exposed. I did the plumbing too underneath. Got to learn a lot of plumbing in this Airbnb venture, along with electrical, carpentry, with the help of YouTube. All the amazing peeps on YouTube. Here you go. Dun, dun, dun. If you're too tall, almost like even my height, 5'8", 5'9", it's could be a little rough. But there you go. That's what we used to rent out on Airbnb, but now it's reserved for guests and us whenever we want a vacation from our main cabin down there. Okay, today's subject, sorry for the drag. For those who care to get straight to it, I will put a little bit of a book time marker just so that we can address the subject matter right away there in that way. Okay, so subject matter today is about loving yourself. You hear this a lot. People talking about loving yourself regardless. And in the past, when I was told this or read about this concept or just heard about it somewhere, it made sense. Oh, hi, Clyde. Clyde is back. So Clyde and I have a bit of a relationship. He's the stellar blue jay here that... Clyde? Well, anyways, I normally would grab peanuts for him. So he's probably looking for the peanuts. Anyways, well, if you want to hear about Clyde a little bit in detail, it's in the last video, because he and his girl built a nest in our tree. And so they've been here for a few weeks now, and gonna be here for yet another probably couple months after they hatch and take care of their babies, and their baby are ready to empty the nest. Okay, now thank you for indulging me in that one. Okay, so loving yourself, how do you do that, and what benefits does it give you other than the obvious of not loving yourself? So for me, I heard this concept through my brother, my twin brother, actually. His name is Jackson Danny, really. And he had told me this concept when he learned about it. And it made sense to me, but I didn't understand what it means, like, to love yourself. It's like if everyone can just understand that, it would just, no one would have a problem, no one would hear. You need to hear from anyone else. Love yourself, love yourself. What does that mean? Love myself. Okay, for me, what it meant, how I did it, and what I gained from it was that loving yourself is regardless of where you're at in your life, who you are, the things you've done, the things you have and don't have. Love yourself means that appreciate the exact situation you are in, the exact person you are, and exactly what you have and don't have. Love yourself. And that's what that means. And how do you do that? Actually, first let's start with why. Simon Sinek, start with why. Why would you want to love yourself? Because you don't want to hate yourself. But what more than not hating yourself motivated me to love myself was that the understanding of metaphysics, law of attraction, if you will, in that the moment you subscribe to what people define the world is, what beauty is, what success is, you create a reality where you're playing that game. You're catching up to whoever that started that game, because you're trying to fit into their world and rank within the reality that they've created. The rules in that reality, and the dynamics in that reality, and all the people in that reality. So when it comes to law of attraction, everyone has to understand that there's a parallel universe happening concurrently, infinitely. This is metaphysics. This is like quantum mechanics. When you realize that reality isn't as you think it isn't fully solid. And that's why it's not reality in the sense where it's physical and it's substantial, and that and there's a finite amount of things. No, it's more like not a reality where everything is just frequency and energy, and physically things look like they're kept together, but just like a rainbow, they're not physical. But a rainbow is not as solid as physical things, but a rainbow is held together by magnetism. And just like a tree or any physical object, you may think it's physical because of the magnetism. It's tighter. The frequency is like hot. It's at a level where you can't touch it. But you can't tell that it's not physical. It just gives you that impression, but it's not physical. And the metaphysicists, they know this. You can just Google what metaphysics is, and they'll just tell you the principles of it. That reality, there is no biggest thing in the world, because it just keeps going up bigger and bigger. No smallest thing in the world, kept going smaller and smaller. That means, if that's the case, that means there is no bigger, there is no small. To me, the moment I heard that, it's just like, whoa, reality isn't real. Then it's like a dream, a hologram. Okay, so I mean, maybe I kind of vogue a little too much or gone off tangent, but let's just uh, be open-minded to this concept for now, as it will uh, help explain why loving yourself and law of attraction, through law of attraction, benefits you. It's being that reality is more like a dream, and that the things you think about slowly will come true. The things that you believe and think. Let's say, for example, if you think that you are ugly compared to the people that you see in the magazines, TV, outside the street that are really pampered up, what you're doing is that in your reality, you're creating uh, uh, the energy of unattractiveness, at least relative to these people or objects that you compare yourself to. So what happens that you feel unattractive because you created that reality. You allowed these people to set the rules. Even though you are the leader, you are the controller of your reality, your dream. And then, and so instead of disliking the things about you, like your weight, like your maybe complexion, um, or your crooked eye, or whatever you were ashamed of or weren't as proud of, um, start loving it. Because once you start choosing to love it, the reality bends to your will in a way where these things will start to become attractive to other people. Because you choosing to love yourself creates an energy of attraction, of love for yourself, that other people, you're creating this attraction that other people will love you too. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm fat, not as cute as these guys, or I'm skinny, not as uh, fat as these guys, because other cultures appreciate being fatter, so it's all relative. So if you choose to exude that energy of love for yourself, not only do you create this energy where other people will love you, you're creating this really authentic energy where your mind starts to stop discriminating what you used to think was ugly about your weight, your complexion, etc. And it starts to realize that, oh shit, it's my leg. Whatever the fuck it looks like, whatever happened to it, amputee or not, I'm gonna love it fully. This is me. This is my world. I'm saying this is hot shit. I'm saying this is the cool thing. I'm saying this is like unique. Whatever you want. This is me. I don't care what anyone thinks of it. So long as I love it, it's amazing to me, and it's gonna be amazing to everyone that sees it. I don't need to look like everybody else. Matter of fact, why? You can fit in a lot of ways. There's only one way you need to fit in with anybody in the world, and that's just love and respect. It's like you don't need to look, you don't even need to talk like anybody. Once you love and respect them equally, don't even play those games by their rules. At least play the game by your rules. So once you love, for me personally, I had very skinny legs growing up, skinny thighs, and then I used to be embarrassed about it. I wouldn't even wear shorts, or if I did, it'd be long shorts, because it's I was about to say Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant's legs are skinny too. Not as skinny as mine, but nonetheless, I was ashamed of it. And then once I heard that concept, and then I exercised it on myself, and man, not only, like I'm saying, I overcame that fear, not fear, that shame of my legs, because it was such a hideous concept, and stopped comparing it to what I thought was not just the norm, but uh, more beautiful, So once I stopped doing that and start choosing to love my legs just because they're a reflection of me, goddamn, I'm just like, it's no longer a shame of mine, and I just get to feel so much more free and so much more confident, that this doesn't just apply to my legs. This applies to everything about me, be it my bad habits. It's me, so long as you're not ashamed about these things that you thought you weren't proud of, so long as you're not ashamed about it and even are proud of it, tell people. It's like, yo, I grew up picking my nose and I was eating my boogers up until like I was fucking 12. Fuck it, I really did that. That was my experience. Shit, you know, weird and gross, but I wasn't eating it consistently. It was just like once in a while, you got a snot, you swallow, you got a booger, whatever. You're like, whatever. But I was really ashamed of that. And they're just all experiences as kids. You didn't know any better, and whatever. Fuck it. I eat boogers, or I did. Um, let's see what else. Whatever. I masturbated early. I was very ashamed of that too. Didn't being young, not knowing about the culture. I was ashamed about that. But being a boy, if you understand the nature of male and how they were raised in today's society, it's so easy to understand how males are and why, like masturbation is so prevalent, and why um, you get married and you get caught up having to resist so much to stay monogamous, at least sexually. Emotionally, you don't care to hook up with anybody else or cheat on your girl. At least, yeah, for me, no way. Just because uh, I've gotten as a mature emotional relationship as I ever need. Um, and I don't need another partner for that, because she fulfills that end. But being groomed to have like so many options, with masturbations, your partner in masturbation, how can you not just flip the channel all the time when it comes to that aspect of your lustful and exotic life? But anyways, sorry to get off tangent there, but nonetheless, whatever it is that you're about, just don't be shameful about it. And if it's an illegal thing that you're doing, be it killing or something, or fucking rape and stuff, man, child molestation. I'm sorry I have to bring all of those like very taboo subjects up. I'd rather not judge those kind of people, or have them beat the bushes, or hide around the bushes around me, because I'd rather know so that I can help you understand why it is you have that kind of relationship, so that we can help you kind of overcome it, or in a way where you can free yourself of that imprisonment, because everything was pretty much destined. It wasn't your choice to be that, you know, even though you may think it is during your not incarceration, but during your reincarnation, and you've decided that for a lesson, perhaps, but regardless, it's like you know what, this is a concept that I heard from a lot of philosophers, and most recently William Shakespeare, talking about there is no good or bad in the universe. None at all. None. Like I'm saying before, it's a dream. You create the dream. Yeah, the society now, there's good and bad according to societal rules. Even not wearing your seatbelt in the freaking, streets is illegal and, bad. But good and bad, society really defines good and bad throughout the ages. And you talk about thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands years ago, even whatever. It's like killing used to be fine. Underage thing used to be fine. Now in the society, just because we defined it different doesn't mean it's immoral. It's just more so what we're comfortable, the relative morality and legality here. I don't promote it because I care to live in a reality where we all are on the same page. Um, but I also care to be in a reality where we understand um, what creates these No, to understand what reality really is, and judging people for their rights and wrong based on societal rules just so you can feel accepted and maybe even feel better about yourself for being in the box, for being le- law-abiding citizens versus somebody, or just scapegoating your own negativity within yourself to somebody else whenever they get busted for their habit that are considered illegal, or all the fear that you embody because of the potential of something happening to your loved ones. It's like those aren't well, those are hard topics to address. My thing's always been no judgment and love for everyone, and that's the way to heal and change people versus judging them, imprisoning them, killing them, and of course, killing and affecting and hurting all their loved ones, not giving them a chance to recover out of your fear that they may never recover because you've heard shark bites or dog bites, or those are the people that are like irreparable. Um, it's like there's too much fear in this world. If you choose compassion over fear, you're always going to move up. You're going to move up. Reality, again, it's a dream. It's a dream that shifts from one to the other in the blink of an eye relative to the universe's pace. It's endless, guys. If you can love each other, because everyone's really a reflection of your own dream within your own head. So when you don't love another person, it's just purely you not loving some aspect about yourself that you don't realize. So definitely use all the people and experiences around you, um, to discover, and as a laboratory, so that you can discover more about yourself and relieve all the blockages, um, that you have, that is keeping your full expression, that's keeping your 100. And in the moment you reach your 100 by eliminating all of these fears one by one and loving yourself, fully head to toe, that's enlightenment, that's self-actualization. And when you study Nietzsche, you study Freud, you study Socrates, you study um, R. Emerson, anybody, Thoreau, all those transcendental list, Waltman, all of these guys were philosophers. Da Vinci, I'm sure, like all the guys during the Enlightenment periods were philosophers. They're mathematicians. They're cos uh, cosmetologists. No, those are not cosmetologists, but the guys that understand the cosmos and the stars. Astrologists. There you go. They're just everything. Chemists, because there's an order to the universe that's very, very pervasive. That's very pervasive, as in it's everywhere. You can easily notice it if you just pay attention. Just pay attention and look at everything that nature created. There's a design there. There's a mathematical relationship there. There's a chemical relationship there between, just acidity, between alkaline. Apply yin and yang concepts. Apply cycles. Patterns of cycles. Apply, patterns of sounds. Apply um, all the universal patterns that I constantly will mention in these videos. The more you observe nature, the more you understand them, the more you're naturally going to understand the nature within you. Like everything in nature, being that we are nature, friends, the answer is to know yourself is in nature, or the nature within, just by being silent and meditating. It's just all around you. Find the time to do so, because life will be so much more easy. Everything that you want will happen a lot easier. And you're going to love yourself 1000%. Don't be that super, super rich person or successful person according to society and still, are depressed. There's an easy answer to it, my friends. Okay, I know it's priceless, but it's free. It's free. Just take your time. because if money's all you care about, you're just going to make more money from this understanding anyways, okay? But if peace is what you want, this is the path you want to take. Love you, and stay godly and confident, dude. Everything about you is so unique, so powerful. Don't be the person that isn't on that side. You are the champion of your world. You are the #1 cheerleader. Come on. Stay special. You are special.